12 characteristics that your man is a keeper and you should never let go. While it is true that all people are made equally, some are better at being people than others, and the same goes for men. Some men are better at being people than other men. An even simpler, more direct way to explain this argument is that some men out there are better at being loving and reliable partners. Some men are not capable of being that, and while it doesn't mean they will always be bad at relationships, it just means that every man can be the wrong man for you during his or your lifetime. Every human being develops through adapting different characteristics through trial and error, learning in time. Great men and great men who are best suited to having a woman by their side have many great characteristics. Below you will find the 12 characteristics that if your male partner displays, shows he is worth investing your life in. He truly looks at you. You know a man is really looking at you when he looks directly into your eyes, holding your gaze. It starts to form that invisible attraction, that pull that brings you both closer together. When he is looking that deeply at you, he is not looking at the physical, he is looking at who you are on the inside. It's often said that the eyes are the gateway to the soul. He wants to look at who you are beyond the eyes, the person that only you know. As well as trying to catch a glimpse of your soul, he is trying to introduce this to you. When two people are deeply in love with one another, there is a special way they look at each other that proves they recognize the deep connection they have for one another. When your man looks at you in that way, you should realize how lucky you are. He is no pushover, but a kind man. There are two types of men you are best staying clear of: the weak men who avoid confrontation and commitment, and the especially aggressive types that try to push people around and put themselves higher than theirs. However, there are men out there who easily combine the positive aspects of both empathy and sympathy with power. Brutal on the battlefield, but kind in their hearts. Rather than starting or getting into fights, they are the men who finish them. This is the kind of man you want in your life and by your side, because he has a wise head on his shoulders and is able to choose when to be compassionate and when to be forceful. Patient, but driven. Success is a standard by which your life and everything you do is judged. Therefore, in order to live a good and satisfied life, you need to achieve some level of success. That's not to say you need to be a world leader, champion, or even a millionaire, but it is important to have little successes through the course of your life that you can be proud of. Success, like life itself, is a very winding and long road. You need patience to navigate through it, or your life could come to an end faster than you think or hope. See, life is a long and worthwhile journey instead of a race. Down to earth, with an ambition's drive. How could you say no to a man who is both humble and realistic, but also a bit of a dreamer? A man who wants to touch the stars, but is okay with the fact he may only get to fly past them, is almost the perfect base for a man. While he doesn't allow his success to inflate his ego too much, he doesn't allow the realization and realism of his situation and abilities prevent him from continuing to reach for the stars and follow his ambitions. If your partner is like this, you know you have a man that will always do whatever he can to make your lives happy and better, but will never promise you something he can give you. He knows his way around the kitchen. There is no point denying it, ladies. A man who knows how to cook is a sexy thing indeed. If you took any random man off the street and armed him with some chef and cooking skills, that man instantly would gain 2 points. As well as being sexy, a man who can cook probably prepares lots of his meals from scratch and as a result eats healthier. This kind of man is great and worth keeping hold of for a few good reasons. He is very active. A man who is physically active will also be more physically attractive and sexually active. Although it may not seem like much of an issue at the moment. If you are serious, or at least consider the possibilities of this relationship becoming serious, you will be looking for a man who exercises regularly and is physically fit. You need to remember that men reach their sexual peak early in life, and the chances are if he is not particularly physical outside of the bedroom, he won't be when he's in the bedroom either. He has a cocky charm and is brilliant but not big-headed. When you find a man who is sharp, witty, wise and intelligent, it may be worth holding on to him. Just watch out for him being too cocky. If he is a little cocky, that's okay and attractive, just like confident women are to men. Humans are programmed to be attracted to and appreciate strengths in any form they present them. Though, if he is way too cocky for his own good, be careful. Those tend to walk the line haphazardly between being complete and utter holes and being tolerably cocky. However, it is a sad fact that many of the very smart guys are not worth your time because they are massive holes. He has the magic touch when it comes to making you smile and laugh. Never underestimate your partner's ability to make you smile and laugh. In fact, if you are with someone who can't do either of those things, you should split up with them right away. The man that deserves you is the man that can make you smile and laugh, and you should hold on to that man when you find him. Even though he says he loves you, he doesn't need to because you know and feel it. While words are powerful, they pale in comparison when put up against actions. As great as it is, and let's face it, it's pretty great, to hear someone say they love you, it means nothing if their actions don't back up their words. If a guy claims he loves you but does things that contradict that, he is not worthy of being with you. He'd rather keep peace by losing an argument than winning it. All couples argue. There is no couple throughout history who has ever lived as a couple without arguing. People get involved in arguments for one of two reasons normally, because they think they are right or because they want to right, as it is a great way that they can make themselves feel better about their life. The unfortunate thing about arguments though is that when one person is right the other must be wrong. If your man does his best to avoid you feeling wrong, particularly over matters of opinion, that man is the man you should spend the rest of your life with. Or, at least give it a good shot with. He always offers a helping hand when you need it. Just as above, what a man does is more important than what he says. Men are very straightforward when it comes to matters of the heart. When they love someone, their actions show you it more than their words ever could. When they spend time with you and offer support when you need it and try to make you happy, it shows they care deeply about you. You know you have a God man if they will do just about anything for you and won't even have to think about helping you when you need it most. He loses a part of himself when he is not with you. When men fall properly and deeply in love, they want a piece of you that they can keep for themselves and call their own. Don't be mistaken though, because this is about your mind, not your body. Your man wants a piece of the thought process and feelings that go into everything you do. When he falls for you and really loves you, he wants to keep those parts for himself and changes himself and the way he thinks and way he sees the world because of them. What is important to you becomes important to him and he does things the way she does things. You know you have met a man that you should hold on to if he is metaphorically removing parts of what makes him the man he is to make sure there is room for you.